Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. Today we have another tech review for you. We are going to be taking a closer look at the all-new CarPlay AI Box Ultra by OneCarStereo. Let's go. So just ignore some of the things that I've done to make it a little darker in here. I want you to be able to see this demonstration. So I have a sheet hung over the side of the vehicle here because I need to have the lighting just right so you can get the most out of everything I want to show you. For a few years now, I've been reviewing these boxes. I've covered the original CarPlay AI box. We had the light version that came out shortly after that. Then we had one where we could take advantage of HDMI output. So we could have everything shown on the front screen, show on the rear screens. And now we have the all new AI Box Ultra. This is the most powerful of them all. So we're going to take a closer look right now. So you might be asking yourself, what exactly is this thing? Well, it's a CarPlay AI box, which means it gives you the Android operating system. So you can now use it through your entertainment system, hooked up through this USB cable, and you can add wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You can install Android apps just like you would on a tablet or a phone to now be used in your vehicle and have those right at your fingertips. So now we're just going to plug it in to one of our USB ports that's available. It does come with a USB-C cable as well as a USB-A cable. So whichever one works for you is the one you're going to use. So we're just going to plug it in down here. It's going to take a few seconds to illuminate and get working, and then we'll be greeted by a boot up screen on the infotainment section here. Now this does have the latest QCM Snapdragon 6225 octa-core processor and 8 gigs of RAM. What's really nice is you can get a micro SD card which will now support all the way up to 256 gigabytes of storage. That's great for movies, music, any files that you want to have access to. Down here, this little slot you'll see looks like something you'd find on your phone. That's right, it's a 4G SIM card slot, so you can add a data plan to the device for on-the-go internet connectivity. Now you'll notice that it lit up green here. We can actually change the ambient light settings of this unit to match your interior. So this is what your dashboard looks like when you first turn on the device. There is a chance that depending on the size and resolution of your screen, that it will take a minute to recalibrate, meaning it'll shut off and turn back on to fit the resolution of your infotainment system. So first I'm going to show you some of the preloaded apps. If we click down here, we can see there's so much already installed. I put a couple on myself, but I want to highlight a few that come preloaded just so you're aware. So other than common things like Bluetooth music, we have Google Chrome, we have Spotify, we have the Google Play Store, we have YouTube Music, we also have the YouTube app, we have Google, that's right, we can browse Google, we have Netflix, HBO Max, we have a video player, we have Disney Plus, we have Waze. I've also installed TikTok and VLC and some other apps that control some devices in one of my vehicles, a lighting switch panel, for example. So let's start with our first demo and show you the LED control for the unit itself. So here's where you can decide what the LED looks like. There's a daytime mode and a nighttime mode. You can pick all your different colors. You can play around with a number of features. We'll leave it in auto mode, so depending on the ambient light, it will behave accordingly, but that gives you an example of exactly how you can configure it. Now, before we get into some of the critical apps, which I'm going to review with you in a moment, one thing I really like is you get to retain a lot of the controls in your vehicle to control the infotainment system. So if I want to hit home, I can go back to my original infotainment system screen. If I want to go back to the device, I can hit CarPlay in my case, and it'll take me back to the device. And I can also use some of the other controls that are available in this vehicle. It's going to vary vehicle by vehicle, but having those controls is nice. So let's look at some critical apps. First, you could go to the Google Play Store. This is where you will find a number of apps that can be put onto this device. Let's say the Google Play Store has an app that says it's not compatible with this device. That's okay. We can leave the Google Play Store and we can go to this app here that it's preloaded with called APK Pure. This is going to allow you to install a number of apps onto the CarPlay AI Box Ultra. So we can avoid doing the update right now, and you can, look for a number of different apps through here. There's too many for me to go through, but they are on here nonetheless, and you can use this app to put these APKs or these applications onto your CarPlay AI Box Ultra. I actually used APK Pure to update the Disney app. Here's proof that it works. Now right now I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi. The signal strength isn't that great. You can see the icon right up there. You can also connect it to the hotspot on your phone or get the 4G SIM card and put it inside the unit itself for anywhere connectivity. But let's have a look at a demonstration of Disney Plus. Let's just pick a show here. Keep in mind, you still have to have valid, legitimate subscriptions to these services like Disney Plus. So there's enough of that. I can't show you everything because of copyright infringement challenges, but there's an example of Disney Plus working. Let's do a Netflix demonstration. Now I'm going to give you an example of an already downloaded show. So if I click down here on my profile, I'm Dad because Mom and Dad own an account. I can go to my downloads and I pre-downloaded an episode of Breaking Bad for this demonstration.
You know, I can foresee a lot of possible outcomes.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
Anything that you download will have better playback than if you were trying to stream it. When audio is playing back, sometimes you'll see the audio isn't 100% in sync with the video. That's normal. That's not a problem with these devices. Your phone does it. It is just part of the communication delay with these type of devices when there's video involved. Let me give you a demonstration of an app I downloaded, VLC, which is a media player. We're just going to go to the storage card that I put into the unit. We're going to go to the folder that I put the file in. I got the file right here. Now you'll notice the responsiveness is so much faster than some of the older units, and that's because of the extra processing power. I mean, just the fact that I can go back to the dashboard, to an app, everything's quick. We can go to YouTube here. We can check out the latest Don's Life video.
What? No way. So when we started to blow up on TikTok and stuff and we had to come up with a...
Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. Today is a special occasion because MBRP has sponsored me. So there you get the point. All the apps work flawlessly and they're responsive. Now you might be wondering what some of these other apps do. So if we click on car, for example, that just means it'll go back to your car's infotainment system. If we hit CarPlay again, it brings you back. So really what that is, it's the same thing that we saw here in the shortcuts. If we hit car there, it takes us back here. CarPlay brings us back. So any of these icons that are in this shortcut list are also applications or settings that are available within the environment. This is just really shortcuts. So on the dashboard, you also have some preset shortcuts. We can actually add more to the tile bar here if we choose. I can click that button and I can pick apps that are available to post there or pin there. So I'll just pick TikTok as an example. So now TikTok is available as a shortcut app right there with all of the others. Another predetermined shortcut is the in-car link. This is also an app. This is where you would connect your phone via Bluetooth to the device, and you can actually connect multiple phones. This would allow your hands-free communication to the device just like you would to your vehicle. If there's some things on your phone you want to share with the device on the screen wirelessly, you can download an app that will facilitate some of that. And depending on your device, whether it be iPhone or Android, you can do some of that screen mirroring right here on the device. Something else I want to show you in the settings. You go into the settings here and you go to display settings, and then you go to split app. So depending on the application, you can actually have one app on one side and one app on the other. So let's pick media player. We'll have that on the left, and on the right we'll pick, the LED color change for the device, and I can also pick what the distribution of screen space looks like. Let's take a look at one of the more extreme ones. We'll pick this one right here. We'll add this to home screen. Now if I get out of here, now I have this as a favorite. I can click on it and it will open both applications and divide the screen space the way that I had selected. So now I can have my show on and I can have my other app available at my fingertips, and we can also take over the screen with the one app if we decide to. Some more features you might find interesting. This does have GPS built in, as well as some pre-downloaded maps for major countries around the world for offline navigation. Because this is their most powerful AI box of the lineup, it now supports larger screens and maintains full resolution. So if you have a 12-inch screen, which I don't currently have, this will support the full high resolution for that screen size, where the previous generation boxes did not. One thing I really appreciate is this does over-the-air updates. So as long as you have an internet connection, it will do updates right to the box when it's plugged in and operating with your system. You don't have to unplug it and hook it up to your computer or sideload it with a memory card or anything like that. It's much more convenient. Now, I know somebody's going to ask this in the comments. I'll tell you right now, yes, 100% of everything I demonstrated right here today will work when the vehicle is in motion and driving at any speed down the road. Now, as a responsible driver, you should not be interacting with the device when it comes to the movies and entertainment side of things. Please observe your local laws. Now, if you have a passenger that's interacting with it, that's one thing. But again, as the driver, you shouldn't be distracted. Be safe out there. So in conclusion, this is certainly the most powerful CarPlay AI box that I've used. We'll call it the Ultra. If you want to check out more from OneCarStereo, I'll leave a link in the video description below. I'll leave a link to each of the different CarPlay AI boxes that they have, from the original to the Lite to the HE, that's the one with HDMI output, to this guy here known as the Ultra. But that being said, if you like today's video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. We'll talk to you next time.